Hello everyone, welcome. So, obviously, I'm making this video to kind of discuss a few things. Um, so I guess first and foremost, obviously, you guys have seen that I've kind of transitioned more into using a vtuber model as opposed to my camera. This was a personal choice and one that I've been debating on doing for a while now. Um, just, I don't feel super comfortable being on camera a lot of the time. In the, I guess not really the early stages, but more, I guess more of like the middle stages of me streaming, there have been times where I've like completely broken down and I've shut down. You guys have probably seen me cry on stream and just have complete meltdowns on stream. And it's not very flattering. It's not very professional. I don't know. I don't like doing that, especially on camera and then having to turn my camera off and people wondering what's going on and what's happening and stuff. Because there are times where I just can't talk about what happened and what set me off, and I just fully shut down. And that's hard for you guys as the viewers as well to see somebody completely shutting down, melting down, whatever, and you can't do anything to help because you don't know what's going on. And I'm not always in a position to say, hey, here's what's going on. This is why I'm reacting like this. Like, just give me some time. It doesn't always work like that. I lose my words, I lose my train of thought. I'm just completely gone. So I just, for those reasons, I don't necessarily like being on camera when these meltdowns happen. I've also just been going through a lot health wise, and I don't feel like I always necessarily look the best or feel like I want to be seen on camera or whatever. I feel slightly more comfortable having the VTuber model because at least then you guys can still see something, you can still interact with something, and it's not just a picture on the screen or whatever else. Because I'm at a point where I don't feel comfortable having my webcam on anymore. You know, there was an incident like way, way, way back when I first started streaming where somebody had taken a screenshot of me with my webcam on and they had paused it at a point where it looked super awkward, it looked super ugly, like it was one of the worst spots that probably could have been paused. And why this person chose to make a screenshot of it and make a joke out of it is still beyond me. But, like, that left a really bad taste in my mouth when it comes to being on camera. At the time, I did think about becoming a VTuber way back then when I first started the channel. I just didn't, you know, I didn't really look into all the nuances of how to create a model, how to, run a VTuber program, all of that stuff. Heck, even now I still don't know what I'm doing. This is obviously the VTuber has some glitches. There are things I still need to figure out in terms of, maybe finding different outfits outside of the generic ones that the app gave me and whatever. There's a lot of things I still need to figure out with this. But other than that, that's kind of why we've switched over to the VTuber model. And this will be a permanent thing. I just, there may be days where I decide to go on camera every now and again, but it will be extremely rare moving forward that I do use my camera as opposed to the VTuber. So, yeah. Um, I guess along with that is kind of going into the next topic, and that one being that I have a lot of social anxiety. I'm not comfortable around people. I don't know the best way to explain that. I just I can't handle being around large groups of people. I can't handle talking to people really. It makes things very awkward. I have a bad habit of when I shut down, of, pushing people away or trying to push people away. I say things that I don't mean. I act out. And that stems from, this feeling of not being good enough. Feeling like I don't deserve friends, that I'm some sort of horrible person, that I'm worthless. Stuff that's kind of been drilled into my head since I was a kid. And that's something I'm trying to work on, obviously. Like, it's been a very long journey trying to overcome these mental health boundaries that I have. So, it's not always easy for me to, do the whole YouTube thing, do the whole streaming thing, trying to put content out there, trying to interact with people. It's not something I'm good with because it's not something I'm familiar with. I was the kid in high school who was like, kept her head down, just kind of curled up in a corner, kept to herself. I had a very small group of what you would consider friends. It's a very loose definition of friends. We spoke at school, but we never really hung out outside of school that much. And even then, it was sort of everyone kind of had their bestie within the group, so to speak. Like, everyone was kind of partnered up with, like, this is the person I'm closest to, this is the person I'm closest to. And then there was me. I was the outcast of my own little friend circle. I was the unimportant one who didn't really matter. I was the one who would walk behind everyone else, you know. I just existed. And that's how I've kind of spent most of my life, is just existing and coasting through and being invisible. So, putting myself out there, doing this content and stuff, it's scary. It's rewarding because obviously we've made some really good friends and some really good connections. But we've also lost people we thought were really good friends, or lost people we thought we had connections with. And that sucks, but I guess it's a part of life. And, people come, people go. But it definitely doesn't help when you already suffer so much with trying to make friends and trying to be a good person, and then having it thrown in your face and being made out to be some sort of horrible person. I've finally started setting boundaries for myself when it comes to friendships, when it comes to just anything. Just when it comes to me, I've set some boundaries so that I know, like, this is who I am. This is how I would like to be treated. I don't like it when these things happen. And it becomes problematic when I feel like I'm being hurt or I'm being betrayed or insulted or whatever, especially when it comes from people I thought were my friends. Because when that happens, I either just fully shut down and don't talk to anybody about anything, and I will curl up and I will cry, and I will let all of this self hate kind of take control of me. Or I end up lashing out at the person and I'll express how I'm feeling and how I felt when they did whatever it was that they did to upset me. And then they'll try to explain themselves. They'll try to explain their side, but I'm so stuck on how I'm seeing things that I get frustrated that they're not acknowledging how I'm seeing things, and they're not apologizing for it. They're not acknowledging that they understand where I'm coming from. They're just trying to explain their point of view, which I'm not willing to see. And that's a really bad habit of mine. And I think that's stemming from me trying to push people away. And I do want to be better about that. So if I have done that, or I do that to you, I do apologize. There's a lot that happens in my head that I can't control or that I don't have a good handle on yet. I am working on it, but sometimes if I've completely shut down, I don't even know what I do. I will have genuine blackout moments where I have no idea what's happening. So, all I can really do at this point is apologize and say I'm sorry for stuff I've done. If I've done anything to hurt anybody, because that's not what I want to do. I don't like hurting people. I don't like upsetting people. I wish I could be better, but that's not something that comes easily, especially when it's something that's been going on for such a long time. But yeah, I think that really kind of covers it. Um, so we've talked about the VTuber, we've talked about my own issues, uh, and how it affects friendships and stuff like that. Um, at this point right now, we're like on the third month of the year, and if I'm being honest, this year has been super rough. There's a lot that's gone on in my head that has messed me up. What, probably just me overthinking things, but lately I have been feeling, a bit betrayed, a bit ignored, a bit forgotten. I feel like I don't matter to certain people, and it hurts, and I'm afraid to talk about it because, again, I don't want to upset anyone, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So I've kind of just kept it all to myself. I mean, my boyfriend obviously knows everything that's going on, but the people directly involved have no idea. Or maybe they do. I don't know. I haven't spoken to anybody about it really. I've just been going back to thinking like I'm not good enough. And this is why content's been very lackluster. This is why I'm not really around much. Even on the server, I don't really talk or anything anymore. I've just been kind of completely shutting down. And I've been trying to just push past it and still trying to put out content and stuff. But I'm just not in a good place. So, yeah. Other than that, I guess as far as the channel goes, we do have several Let's Plays on the go right now. We have Persona 5 Strikers, which we're I'm kind of trying to keep those to mainly Sundays, just because that's when Shadow and I have the most time to get through it, with him being my helper and kind of guiding me through the game and everything. Sundays just work out better for us to be able to do that. I have Legend of Dragoon and Digimon on the go as well. Legend of Dragoon, I kind of just do whenever the mood strikes me. Same with Digimon. I don't have a set stream schedule just because I can't always commit to them. It's all really based off of how I feel, how bad work was for me, how tired I am, how much pain I'm in. There's a lot of variables that take place when it comes to my streaming. Uh, Digimon, I'm gonna be honest, I still do not understand how it works. I do want to go back to it, because I know I've kind of abandoned it for a few weeks now. So we are gonna keep trying to get through the game, but depending on how things go, I may move Digimon to a video series, just because it's with the whole, they only live for a certain time and then they die and then you have to retrain them and evolve them and all of that stuff. It's really time consuming and annoying to do that on stream, because I feel like a majority of the stream is just spent in the training room and not actually doing anything. So I may end up moving Digimon into a video series. Just that way I can kind of skip over all the grinding and just showcase more of the actual gameplay and not just, here's the training room where we're gonna spend hours grinding up our Digimon so that they can evolve into something useful so we can continue the quests. Before I lost access to a PC and everything, we did have a Let's Play for Rune Factory Tides of Destiny. I will be redoing that Let's Play from scratch eventually, once we finish Strikers and Legend of Dragoon. I do want to get at least one of those out of the way before I bring back Rune Factory. I can't continue with that game with the file I currently have, so I will redo it from scratch and we will just start over. There is a lot more stuff I want to bring to the channel. I do want you guys to also offer your opinions, suggestions on games you would like to see played, and stuff like that. Because I think it'd be fun. I do want to kind of broaden my horizons a bit more when it comes to video games, because I do focus a lot more on RPGs more than anything. And yeah, so I am also going to be starting a Mario Party series. I do need to start recording that and finding some sort of video editing software so I can edit the videos and stuff and start putting that out on the channel. I will hopefully, once I get that series started, I will hopefully have at least one episode a week. Maybe multiple episodes a week. I don't really know how it'll pan out. But if you guys have suggestions for video editors, leave those in the comments too, because I think before I used to use Wondershare Filmora, but if I remember correctly, I do need to pay for that to avoid the watermark that they stamp on at the end. So, yeah, any suggestions would be lovely. Any questions, comments, concerns you guys have, you guys are obviously welcome to ask them in the comments. You guys can DM me on Discord or Twitter, whatever. However, you guys can get a hold of me. You guys are welcome to ask your questions. I will answer them as openly and honestly as I can. And I think that's all I really had to say. Um, I guess right before I end this video, I do just want to say, like, I genuinely appreciate all of you who have been here for me and who have stayed by my side despite everything that's happened. You guys are incredible, and I'm so grateful to get to know you all. Um, I've made some really good friends on here, and I hope those friendships will continue to grow and that we can make even more friendships through this journey. It would be nice if we could get to memberships unlocked, but that would require me to put out content. So I need to get better at that. I'm sorry. Uh, I guess one more thing. I know I probably come off to a lot of people as super flirty or whatever word you want to use. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not trying to be flirty, especially because I do have a relationship that I am super committed to. I would hope we're super committed to each other. It's been 3 years now. But the reason for that is, struggling with feeling like I'm not good enough or anything. I don't ever want people to feel that way about themselves because I know how shitty it is. So I guess my complimenting people is my way of trying to encourage them and make them feel good about themselves so that they don't ever have to feel how I feel. Because it is a horrible thing to have to go through. Okay. I think I'm done now. I am sorry for the long winded rants. I'm sorry if this was annoying. I hope this was super informative to you guys and helps you understand me a bit more and why we've transitioned the way we have. And of course, anything you guys need to know, I am here. I am an open book ish. Obviously, there's things I can't discuss, but I am here. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.